Hello, Kelly Ackley with Remax Advantage Realty. Wanted to talk to you about VA loans today. I actually have a couple clients going through the process right now, and it's a little bit more difficult, but not impossible to do VA loans. And they are there for a very good reason. Of course, if you are a veteran, I want to thank you for your service. My son is in the Navy, so I do understand that the sacrifice is something that I didn't realize, not only for the service member, but the family, of what people really give up. You give up your time and your freedom of deciding where you want to be, when you want to be there while you're in the service. But because of that sacrifice, the government has made some concessions and awarded some benefits to you as a veteran. One of them is, of course, the VA loan. So first, you will get a certificate of entitlement that is based on what the military decides, whether it be rank or how many years and what your position was. They will determine how much money that they will give you. It's called a COE, Certificate of Entitlement. And why that matters so much to the VA is because not only is the loan insured, it is guaranteed by the Veterans Administration. So they want to make sure that the money they are giving you is safe, and it's a safe investment, a safe bet, and that the house is in good condition, the neighborhood's in good condition. So those are things that are a little bit tougher to get. A fixer-upper or an investment property with a VA loan really isn't possible. It is supposed to be owner occupant only. Now, you can have more than one house. So for instance, if you had a house in Florida and one in Michigan, as long as you have a certificate of entitlement number, the amount of $500,000 and $250 on each house, it is possible. You cannot use it as a rental property, so they are pretty strict on that. But it really comes down to the amount of money that they've decided to give you. The house does need to be considered owner occupant only. You cannot rent it out. You cannot make an income on it. And for that matter, the house, if we're looking at houses for you, it cannot have an extra kitchen or an in-law suite within the house. They want to make sure that, yes, they're guaranteeing the loan. They want to make sure that you can afford it by yourself without having to get any lender or without any tenants in there so that you can cover your mortgage. Anyways, down payment, there are usually no down payments with VA loans. It's usually called 100% financing. I know that you can put money down, but that saves buyers quite a bit of money. Even with FHA, it's a minimum of 3.5% down. So that will save you some money. You still do have to have closing costs. Of course, those will be separate, and that's something that we can figure out what they're going to run once we find a specific house for you. MI insurance, so PMI, MI, it's all mortgage insurance. And for instance, FHA loans, you always have to pay mortgage insurance for the government insuring your loan. As a non-service member, you always have to pay mortgage insurance. That is an extra, usually it could be a couple $100, if not more, per month. Veteran loans are guaranteed, so they never charge you mortgage insurance. And then, of course, if you've got a conventional loan, just as a side note, once you pay down more than 20% of the loan, then they get rid of mortgage insurance. But with veterans loans, you never have to worry about that. You will need a termite inspection on a VA loan, and here in this area, the seller has to pay for that termite inspection. That's usually, $75 or $100, something like that, so not a big deal. And then VA loans, you need to purchase single-family home. Usually a villa will work, and sometimes a townhouse. It depends on how the title is held, but if you can imagine guaranteeing the money, they want to make sure that you have full control over your property. So for instance, if you're in a condo and the hot water heater above you leaks while you're not home or while you're sleeping or at any point, it is going to soak your condo. So the Veterans Association or Administration, does not want to be involved in anything like that. They want you to be able to control your four walls and roof and make sure that it is being well taken care of. So those are kind of the things that will be a little bit different versus an FHA or conventional or, of course, cash. They are still very doable. We can still ask for closing cost assistance. We just know as sellers and seller agents that the VA loans are going to be a little bit harder to process. They're very tight on inspection and very tight on appraisal, which means they really want it to be this outstanding house. So fixer-uppers can't be purchased with a regular VA loan, but they are starting to do VA renovation loans. So hopefully that helped answer a little bit of questions. Of course, if you need any more information, just contact me, 727-515-6504, or you can go to my website, kellyackleyrealtor.com, or just, call me, text me, whatever. But I'll put you in touch with a lender who can answer more specific questions. Just wanted to get that out there so maybe I could help answer some of the top of the head questions. Bye.